Hello and welcome to another Lenical video. Tonight we're doing one of my favorite foods of all time, oxtails. Featured a lot in Jamaican cuisine, oxtails are a great example of how a cheap quote-unquote throwaway cut can be made into something really luxurious. Let's go. So here we have the majority of ingredients. I think I forgot garlic and sugar as the other two that I didn't picture here. But primarily you will need oxtails, of course. I got about 2.5 pounds of them here. Some beef broth, some carrots, an onion, and a bell pepper. You can disregard the kidney beans and the rice. That's for the side dish, which I'm not going to be showing tonight. Some dark mushroom flavored soy sauce, very important. A little bit of tomato ketchup. I had some leftover shug, which has jalapeno and cilantro and oil, and then a bunch of spices. So now we've washed our vegetables and peeled our carrot, and we're ready to chop them up. Of course, you can't forget the garlic. Use as much as you would like. Okay, after chopping away, we have all our vegetables prepared and ready to go. Now let's get to the oxtails. I just like to give them a nice rinse to make sure there's no fragments of bone from the saw cutting them up into small pieces. Then before seasoning, I just make sure they're very dry. Hit them with salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and white pepper, some adobo, and some cumin as well. I don't want to disappoint my Jamaican brothers and sisters out there because usually you'd use Scotch bonnet pepper and browning sauce, but I didn't have that, so I used the mushroom soy, which is also dark, and some of the shug. Then combine all together. Next, I add the vegetables to that and mix it all up. From here, I cover it up and put it in the refrigerator for anywhere from a couple hours up to about 2 days.
The next day.
Okay, we must be close, right? I mean, we cut up all the vegetables, seasoned the oxtails, marinated them for a day. Nope, not yet. But when it's all done, your taste buds will thank you. Okay, so now we want to separate the meat from the vegetables. So now it's really important to make sure your oxtails are very dry so they sear better and get a nice little crust on the outside. Get yourself a large to medium sized pot and put about 3 tablespoons of oil inside. So now I add about 2 tablespoons of sugar to the pot and put it on a medium heat. It's not going to make it sweet, but it's going to add a more depth of flavor and add better coloring to the oxtails. So when you're doing this, you have to make sure your sugar doesn't burn. When it gets nice and brown like this color, add the oxtails in batches. Sear them off high to get a nice color on the outside, and then flip them over. About 4 minutes on each side. Now take the oxtails out, reduce the heat, and add the veggies to the pot. I like to cook my veggies for about 10 minutes or so. I feel like this step really improves the overall gravy of the final product. When they start getting soft and translucent, you know you're almost there. Now I like to add a couple more glugs of mushroom soy sauce or gravy master or browning sauce if you have it. Now we add all the seared oxtails back to the pot. Next I add beef stock or beef broth until the meat is submerged. Now I put the heat on low and add the top to the pot.
2 hours later.
So after 2 hours, our sauce is getting thicker and the color is getting much richer and darker. Now I just put the lid on, slightly open, and cook for another hour after stirring.
1 hour later.
So now your patience will be rewarded. I usually turn the heat off and wait for another 15-20 minutes, letting it all sit in its liquid. And then you have something like this. Gorgeous, rich, delicious, juicy, flavorful oxtails. Serve over rice and peas with extra gravy, and get ready to have your taste buds explode out of your mouth. If you're a fan of ossobuco or beef stew, it's like that, but on steroids. It's so rich and delicious, and the collagen just melts in your mouth. Nothing better. Great comfort food to have on a cold day or anytime, and the leftovers get even better. If you'd be so kind, please like and subscribe to my videos, and thank you.